Well, it's a cold, wintry day here. Well, we're not in the backyard, we're in the shop, but about 2 or 3 inches of snow outside and still coming. But I just wanted to show the world we live in today. Excuse me. We ordered a bunch of these terminal ends to go in our plugs. And we got, I don't know how many of them, a whole bunch of them. And they look pretty good. And just had an occasion to do one up and put it in the plug. And I kind of got looking at it, and the end of it looked kind of strange right there. You can see where the hole is there, the round hole. And it's got a big square end on it. This is what it should look like. Narrower and tapered so it plugs into the plug. If you take one of the female ends like this, if I can do this, that doesn't go in there. It's wider. The male is wider than the female. Now I know that happens occasionally, but not usually. But somebody took the time to make these, probably, who knows, China probably. And they've obviously cut them out. You can see where they're sheared. Every one of these I'm going to have to take to the belt sander and narrow down like this one, so it'll plug together. I mean, these jobs are tough enough sometimes without having to redo the terminal ends. Well, it's a nicer day today. Wouldn't say nice, but nicer. So we got the door open. Got a little bit of ambiance, cars going by, planes, trains, that sort of thing. We're just, now that we have our dash sorted out, and we've got to get the power run through the rest of the car. And one of the things that we have to do, obviously, is hook up the horn. So, in theory, the horn has two posts on it, a positive and a negative, and you put power to one and ground the other, and the horn sounds. The problem with that is, if there is a problem, is that when the horn grounds, normally that's done through the horn button, all of the current that it takes to activate the horn flows through the button. And depending on the quality of the button, that can take a heavy toll on the contacts inside the button. Of course, if you're just tooting the horn, probably not too much of a problem, but if you're sitting out in front, laying on the horn, waiting for your partner to come out and get going, you might burn up the contacts. So what normally is done is you have a relay in the system, and you can relay the positive side, negative side, whichever side you want. In this case, we probably will run hot wire to the horn and then put the relay in between the ground, which would complete the circuit. And we have a couple of relays here. These are Bosch, pretty good Bosch relays, 12 volt, 20-30 amp. These have a built-in bracket to mount them. Some of them just are a cube and you have to mount them in a bracket. Spade terminals on the bottom. And then we have this one, which is a JIP version, and actually we bought a couple of Gypsy horns, and this came in the system, so we might use this for the horn. Now these Bosch ones happen to have 5 terminals. This one has 4. And the deal is, you have these are numbered, and it's a common numbering system. You have a 30, an 87, an 85, and an 86. And what the deal is that to make your circuit, you go from the 30 to the 87. In the case of the 5-lug one, there's an 87 and an 87A, and all of that is 1 in and 2 outs. 87 and 87A are common. And this one you have 1 in, 1 out. The other two terminals, the 30 and the 85 and the 86 are used to activate the switch. So you would put power to one of these terminals and ground to the other, and that will activate the relay, which is really just a big giant switch inside, and send power from here to here, or in our case ground from here to here. Before the relay is activated, there is no power. Once the relay is activated, the power transfers from one to the other. And most of these relays actually have a little schematic printed on the side, and you can see here that the 87, 87A are common, and the 30 is on one side and the 87, 80 on the other side, and then in here you have your 85 and 86, which complete the circuit. So we're probably going to go ahead and at least put a relay in for the horns, and I may or may not use a relay for the headlights. I'm not sure with the headlights that are on there what and how much current they draw, and it just becomes a question of putting the load on the headlight switch or letting the relay carry the load. So we'll kind of sort that out. We got some gypsy horns for this project, and one of the things that we should do, and we probably will do, is use a horn relay to make those horns work. You can make your horn work without a relay. Really just positive and negative. When you push the horn button, it will ground the wire going to the ground side of the horn, and if the positive side is hooked up, the horn will blow. The problem with that is that depending on the horns and how many you have and the amperage they draw, you can literally burn up the contacts in the horn button. So what you want to do is put a relay in the system, and we have some relays here. We have these really good Bosch relays. They're a 5-pin affair, and then we have this gypsy relay that came with the horns. It's a 4-pin affair. The basic difference between the 4-pin and the 5-pin, this has an 87 and an 87A, and they're common inside. So you have 1 in and 2 outs on that circuit, and then the other 2 pins are what powers the relay. So in essence, what we're going to do here, what we're going to have to do, is we have terminal 30, and these relays are all commonly numbered. So we have terminal 30, and you've got to put that essentially right to the battery, and that will be power to make the relay work. On the other side, you have, let's see what terminal it is. It's going to have to be 87. And 87 is going to be power out. And that will go to the power side of the horn. And then the other 2 terminals, you're going to have a wire from a power source in the car, and we do have a horn wire wired in the system, so you would plug that onto there. And then the other side, I am so confused, I got to start again. So we have 4 terminals on the back of this. They're 30, 85, 86, and 87. And what happens is you have power from the battery to terminal 30. And then terminal 87 and or 87A, if you have a 5-pin terminal, is going to be power out to your source. Then terminals 85 and 86. 85 is going to be the ground wire from the horn button, and 86 is going to be the wire that comes from the harness to feed power to the horn. So what happens when you press the horn button, it's going to ground here and make a circuit inside here and close the switch inside this relay, which then is going to send power from the 30 to the 87 out to the horn. And you know, you can if you're electrically charged and I am not, you probably can do it with your eyes closed, and I got to look at 14 Ways from Sunday to get it ingrained in my mind and what I'm doing right. But basically this is just a big switch that will handle a heavy load, and you've got to power the switch and ground the switch, and once you get the switch inside to work, you get a circuit through the switch which sends power to the horn. So that's what we're going to do.